In 1979, I had been out of the military for 2 years, and I was starting my life in my 20s. And we got snowed in with a blizzard for 4 days. After 3 days of cleaning up around the house, I was done with all the work I could do. On the 4th day, I got to thinking about my finances. There were some months when I'd have trouble paying the bills. And I got to wondering, am I earning enough money to pay the bills? So I had questions. And I tried to look, and I had the checkbook, but you don't have all your receipts from buying groceries, getting gas for the car. So I couldn't prove that I did have enough income. So I had questions. And I decided to start with make the bills monthly bills, because that's most bills are monthly, and use a calendar I could put on the refrigerator since a kitchen table wasn't always roomy enough, or carry a pocket calendar so I can make notes of when I bought groceries and bought gas for the car. And that's what I decided to do. I was going to have to start writing it down. So I opened up my 3-ring binder with college-ruled paper. And one of the things I decided I would need would be a monthly budget. And when I was looking, it was a blank piece of paper, trying to figure out how to organize it. And just so happened it's 31 lines. That's how many days are in a month. That would be nice for 1 month, would be every sheet of paper. And I then went to, what are my critical bills? And I decided to organize it to where I have the date, a description. And the critical bills would be housing. You need somewhere to live. Food. If you don't have food, you die. Transportation. If you can't get to work, from work, to the grocery store, from the grocery store, you die. These are primaries. I had the 4th column here to where it just, nothing else seemed that important, and I just put other. And if I did decide to go to a larger budget, have more columns, all I had to do was just fold a second piece of paper, glue it on the back side, get a piece of cardboard and back. I could open it up and problem solve. I could go 4 more columns of stuff that I think was important. For the first year, things changed a little bit, and things do change through life, so a rigid budget isn't always going to work for you. It's going to be flexible. You will make changes, accept it, understand it. But surprisingly, the initial format pretty much is what I stuck with. Where in 1983, they came out with home computers. And a little bit neater whenever you do the budget, make it so you can read it. Still had date, the item, housing, groceries, and the first couple of months I quickly found out I was spending as much on food out, meals at fast food restaurants, as it was for groceries a month. So I decided to break those into 2 because this is a problem area I need to keep an eye on. And surprisingly, here we are in the year 2026, I still have that problem. I have to keep an eye on that there so I can see it and know I need to back off. And here I have the car, and I still have the sundry items. And the thing about having a computer spreadsheet is you go from being a calculator operator, pressing buttons, to being a calculated thinker, because the spreadsheet program on the computer, it automatically adds the numbers up for you. Once you get your formulas in, it automatically adds while you're entering in the numbers. And I decided to start putting the total for the month, since it would all add automatically as I put it in. For each item, I'd have a total, and for the month, I'd have a total. And as it went along, I started adding the previous months at the bottom. It was nice to reflect, to try and gauge how am I doing for month to month throughout that year. Couldn't wait till the end of the year. I wanted to see it right away. And I like that so much. It answers questions, keeps you on track. And then I started, since I have the totals for the previous months at the bottom, I would add the totals for the previous months so far across the top for each item. So here you'd have the total for the month. Here's the total so far for the year. And then you could also add another column to where here I had, if I divide it by the number of months I'm working through, it gives me the averages for each item for each month throughout the year. And there are times when I would be getting paid weekly, sometimes monthly, sometimes every 2 weeks you get paid. Different jobs throughout life. And for a period when I was being paid weekly, I put down the average of previous averages for each week. I divide the month by weeks, and that would give me an idea of how much money I'd have to save each week. And whenever you first started working, you'd get your paycheck, and you go to the bank and you cash it, and you would pay your bills in person, your power bill, your water bill. This was back in the 70s. And you would have to cash the check, and you'd have money sitting at home. And then I started putting it in what they call cash stuffing envelopes for the house. Put money in the envelope each week, each payday for the house, for a car, for gas. Usually that's in my pocket, but it saves some money for repairs. And you also, the thing that I started realize I was missing out on, you have car insurance twice a year. I didn't have that budgeted previously or thought about it previously. And so you have that, and then your new plates every year. Those were the months when I thought I was caught off guard. And I decided that I'd also have to have a savings in order to be prepared for things that come up. I need to put some money aside. So I just created a savings plan, treated it like it was a bill, to where a certain amount of money I would save each week. So it ended up being that the budget pretty much centered around the paycheck, or the checkbook, to where the money you put in the bank, money you save. And so I went ahead and put the checkbook into a computer program, the spreadsheet, added it to another spreadsheet, to where the same thing here is what I was doing there. And you can see the paydays here whenever they are. And since the money is in the bank, because sometimes you get jobs to where once computers came out, you would start having the money automatically deposited in the bank account. You didn't get a check to cash. So cash envelopes was kind of awkward, because you'd have to draw money out of the bank in order to have cash envelopes. And then you're going to pay by check because they stopped allowing you to just walk in and pay off the street your electric bill and your utility bill. They have computers now. They make it automatic. You mail in a check and you take care of that. Sometimes it's automatic withdrawal. Sometimes the banks are automatic deposit. So cash stuffing envelopes disappeared, but I still needed a way to keep track of the money. And what I came up with is cash stuffing columns. And that's where, to replace the envelopes, I put columns off to the side. Here I have the balance from the checkbook. That's how much money is in there. Then at the top, I put down how much I need budgeted each payday to put in the different savings. It's one checking account, but I have to divide it up into different accounts because you get fooled if you don't have these columns. Here I had $39,000 in the bank, but in general fund I only had $16,000. So you think you have a lot of money, but you don't, because most of it is being built up in the budgets waiting for when they're due. So I had to come up with a plan to where what I did is I would pay the amounts that I'm budgeted each payday, and if I added these columns up, subtracted them from the bank's balance, the balance of the account from the checkbook part of it, it should equal 0. If it doesn't equal 0, something's wrong on this side of the page I need to correct, because this I tried and trued and it's always accurate where it automatically adds and subtracts. As the first year and years thereafter went by, I started finding that the budget is pieces, to where the first piece I need is a monthly budget to where I record all the numbers. And the next piece is 1 year analysis. So I'll get rid of the checkbook, that's another part there, checkbook. Then 1 year analysis. This allows me to get more in detail when I have time to get into it, because the monthly part is to get the numbers in one place so that you can work on them. Where you have your gas for the car, you have the donuts you bought at the donut shop on the way to work, groceries, to where you've got all of them collected on the budget. Now I do another part that I call a year analysis, to where this is housing, and for each month of the year it goes across. So I have the 12 months of the year, and each month, at the end of the month, I take the numbers from the monthly budget and I'd add it to this here analysis to help me know at the end of the year. Here I have the totals for everything for each month. And here at the bottom here, I'd have the totals for the year for each item. And then over here would be the totals for the whole month for this bill. Here I had the car bill, to where you have, I can now see when car insurance is due from the previous months, when the plates are due, the amount of gas I'm buying, and then the totals would be added up. And then you came into healthcare. In the last few years of my life here, now I'm in my 70s, I have to pay healthcare myself. It's not automatically taken out of the check, out of my pay. And added there, then I also included the bank account. So I can, while I'm working on the numbers, I can look down here, see how much money I have in the bank account and savings account. So I have now completed the monthly budget, get all the numbers into one place, 1-year analysis to get detailed analysis of looking for weak parts where I'm wasting money, where I could save money, the checkbook, and the income net. Now that the year is 2026 and I'm retired, I'm getting Social Security, and I'm also getting money from another job's retirement. And this allows me to get a head start on doing my taxes because I see how much taxes have been taken out, federal, state, and how much my net pay is, and what the total of the net pay is. That helps to get my head straight, answer questions. How much money am I making? How much can I save? It is here. It's there. It answers my questions. It's confusing and just thrown out there, but hope it opens your mind to where you realize it's up to you how you want to do a budget, not how someone else tells you to do it. This is just an option on how I do it. And you may want to have someone just hand you a spreadsheet in order to do what I've done here, but it's not that easy. It depends upon how you're doing your budget. But I've been using a computer to do my budget since 1980. The year now is 2026. There are people all around you, younger than you, older than you, that know how to help you set up your own budget using a spreadsheet. Programs used to be are currently Microsoft Excel. They have Lotus 123. It's a spreadsheet program. It's really nice once you learn and you get the concepts. It's easy to learn. And it's very helpful to where, like I say, I went from being a calculator key pusher to being a calculated thinker. So, and I can't help you by giving you a sheet that works for everybody. Start a casual conversation with people around you. They may have a friend who knows, a friend of a friend, someone younger than you, someone in church. Computers are everywhere. Spreadsheets are everywhere. The information is around you. You just need to ask and find out who around you knows and can help you. Sorry.